You don't need complicated 3D software or years of animation experience to create something like this anymore. And no, I didn't model these characters or spend hours manually animating every scene. This entire 3D animation was created using AI, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I created it from a simple story to consistent 3D characters, beautiful scenes, and finally bringing those characters to life with movement and dialogue. And the best part? You can follow this entire process even if you've never created a 3D animation before. So, let's get started. Now, the first thing we need is our story. To make this process easier, I've already prepared a master prompt that we're going to use. I'll leave the link to the Google Doc containing this prompt in the description, so you can simply open it, copy the prompt, and customize it for your own animation. So, I'll copy the master prompt, head over to Claude, paste it into the prompt box, and click Generate. Now, this one prompt is going to do most of the preparation for us. Claude will create our complete storyline, define the characters involved, generate our character reference prompts, create the image prompts for each scene, and also give us the animation prompts we'll need later to bring those scenes to life. And here we have everything organized and ready to use. Now that we have our story, the first thing I want to create is our characters. For this animation, we have two main characters, and I'm going to generate a separate reference image for each one. These reference images will help us maintain the same character appearance when we start creating our scenes. So, I'll copy the reference prompt for our first character. Next, I'll open Google Gemini, paste the character prompt into the prompt box, and click Generate. And here we have our first character, and I really like how this turned out. Instead of giving us just one image of the character, it created a complete reference sheet showing him from different angles. We have the front view, the side view, and the three-quarter view. This is exactly what we want because the AI now has a much clearer reference for what our character looks like from different angles, which will help us maintain his appearance when we start placing him into different scenes. So, I'll download this image and keep it as our first character reference. Now, I'll head back to Claude, copy the reference prompt for our second character, paste that into Gemini, and generate it as well. And there we go, our second character is ready too. Now, we have reference images for both of our characters, so make sure you download them because we're going to use these in the next step. Now, let's start creating the actual scenes for our animation. I'll head back to Claude and copy the image prompt for our first scene. Then I'll return to Google Gemini, click the plus icon, and upload both of our character reference images. Since both Milo and Dana appear in this scene, I'm going to give Gemini both references so it knows exactly what each character should look like. Once they're uploaded, I'll paste our first scene prompt into the prompt box and click Generate. And there we have it, our first scene is ready. And I really like how this turned out. We have Milo in the kitchen proudly holding up his freshly made pancake, while Dana is standing beside him with her mug, already looking completely unimpressed with whatever he's doing. And if you look closely, Gemini has also maintained the important details from our character references: Milo's curly red hair, striped shirt and apron, and Dana's black bob, dark hoodie, plaid trousers, and pink bunny slippers. Now that our first scene is ready, let's move on to scene 2. I'll head back to Claude and copy the image prompt for our second scene. Then I'll return to Google Gemini, click the plus icon, and this time, instead of uploading our original character references again, I'm going to upload the image we just generated for scene 1. We're doing this to help maintain visual continuity from one scene to the next, keeping our characters, their outfits, the 3D style, and the overall environment as consistent as possible throughout the animation. And there we have our second scene. I'll download this image, then repeat the exact same process for scene 3. So I'll head back to Claude, copy the scene 3 image prompt, return to Gemini, and upload the scene 2 image we just generated as our reference. Then I'll paste the new prompt and generate the next scene. From here, I'll continue the same process for the remaining scenes using the previously generated scene as the reference for the next one. This way, we can build the entire sequence one scene at a time while maintaining as much visual continuity as possible. Now that all of our scene images are ready, it's time for my favorite part, bringing them to life. For the animation, I'm going to be using Flow AI. So I'll sign into Flow AI and create a new project, and this is what the interface looks like. I'll click the plus icon down here and upload the image we created for our first scene. Next, I'll head back to Claude and copy the video animation prompt for scene 1. Remember, our animation prompts already include the character movements, actions, and dialogue we need for each scene. I'll copy the first one, come back to Flow, and paste it into the prompt box. Now, over here on the right-hand side, I'll select video. From here, you can choose how long you want your animation to be, select your aspect ratio, and choose the video model you want to use. For this one, I'm going with VO 3.1 Lite. Once everything is set, I'll click Generate and give it a few moments to create the video. And our first animation is ready. Let me show you what we got.
Behold, the last pancake in the universe.
That's
My pancake?
Okay, this came out really nice. Look at the quality of the animation. The character movements are smooth. The facial expressions actually work with what's happening in the scene, and I especially love how clear the dialogue and audio came out. Now that our first scene is ready, I'll repeat the same process for scene 2. I'll upload the second scene image, copy the corresponding animation prompt from Claude, paste it into Flow, choose the same video settings, and generate. Now, this first generation wasn't perfect. The AI changed some of the character's facial features, which can happen sometimes when you're working with image-to-video generation. So instead of accepting the result, I'll simply adjust the prompt and add a stronger instruction telling the AI to preserve the exact character identities, facial features, hairstyle, clothing, and overall appearance from the uploaded reference image. Then I'll regenerate the scene, and this second version came out much better. The characters now look much closer to our original scene image, while still keeping the movement, expression, and dialogue we wanted. Once scene 2 is ready, I'll continue the same process for the remaining scenes. Once all of our scenes have been animated and downloaded, the final step is to put everything together. For this, I'm going to use CapCut, but you can use any video editor you prefer. Once I'm inside the workspace, I'll import all of the clips and arrange them one after another in the correct order. From here, you can add any final touches you want, trim your clips, adjust the audio, add sound effects, background music, captions, transitions, or anything else that fits your animation. Once you're happy with everything, simply export your video. And here is our final 3D animation.
Behold, the last pancake in the universe.
That's
My pancake?
You'll have to go through me first. Okay.
You'll never take me alive! Victory!
Sure, buddy.
And that's it. We went from a simple idea to creating our characters, generating every scene, bringing those scenes to life with movement and dialogue, and finally turning everything into a complete 3D animation. And the amazing part is that we did all of this without manually modeling or rigging a single character. Remember, I'll leave the master prompt I used in the description below, so you can copy it, customize it, and use it to create your own 3D animations. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel for more AI tutorials like this.